Hello friends, and welcome to Storytime. My name is Miss Maureen, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently than we have been doing. We're going to be talking about mindfulness in ourselves. And we're going to keep talking about mindfulness for the next couple videos in this series. We're going to be exploring some books and some techniques that help us practice our mindfulness and will help us lead a healthier and happier life over time. Before we get into that, why don't we sing our hello song? We're going to salute when we sing hello, and we will use our 2 fingers and have them give each other a hug when we sing friends. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, it's time to say hello. Good job! So today we're talking about mindfulness and ourselves. What letter does mindfulness start with? It makes a sound. Mindfulness. Yes, it starts with the letter M. Why don't you write the letter M in the air using your finger? M for mindfulness. If you have a piece of paper, you can practice writing the letter M on your piece of paper. M for mindfulness. What letter does self start with? It makes a sound. Self. Yes. Self starts with the letter S. S for self. Why don't you practice writing an S in the air using your finger? S for self. If you have a piece of paper, practice writing S on your piece of paper. S for self. Mindfulness can help us relax our bodies and focus our minds so that we can be healthier and happier. If you're feeling worried or sad or anxious, mindfulness is a great way to help you cope with those problems and eventually to help you move through them. There are lots of techniques that we can practice to help us with mindfulness, such as practice breathing, focusing our minds, building and releasing energy, and using our 5 senses to become grounded. We're going to talk about and practice some of these techniques today and throughout the next couple story times. Let's learn a couple of words using American Sign Language to help us talk about mindfulness and our emotions and the processes that we practice our mindfulness. Let's start with the word worry. We're going to read a book today about having a lot of worries, and those can sometimes feel really oppressive, like a very heavy weight on you. But mindfulness is one of the ways that can help you move through it. And the good thing about mindfulness is you can do it all by yourself. The more you practice, the easier it is, and it's much easier to deal with worries and stresses. What letter does worry start with? It makes a W sound. Worry. Yes, worry starts with the letter W. W is for worry. Can you make a W using American Sign Language? W. To sign the word worry, take your 2 hands and we're going to kind of bat them away from your face. Sort of like you're swatting away bees or all the worries in your mind. Worry. An important thing when you are using American Sign Language is you're not just communicating using your hands, but also your body language and your facial expressions. So when you sign the word worry, try to make your face express that emotion as well. Worry. Good job. Why don't we learn how to sign a couple of words that will help us deal with worry? Let's learn focus. Focus is a great tool of mindfulness. It can help you to redirect your thoughts away from worries and onto happier things. What letter does focus start with? It makes a F sound. Focus. Yes, focus starts with the letter F. F for focus. F. To sign the word focus, we're also going to be taking our two hands near our face and we're going to point them away from us and together. Focus. Focus. Good job. Why don't we learn how to sign the word energy? Learning to build up our energy in a positive way and release it in a positive way is a great tool of mindfulness. What letter does energy start with? It makes a eh sound. Energy. Yes, energy starts with the letter E. E for energy. E. To sign the word energy, take your letter E, start at your shoulder, and bring it down to your elbow. Energy. Energy. Good job. Let's learn one more. Let's learn how to say relax. A big part of mindfulness is learning to relax. Relax your body, relax your mind. What letter does relax start with? It makes a R sound. Relax. Yes, relax starts with the letter R. R is for relax. R. To sign the word relax, you can just take your two hands and cross them over your chest, or two letter R's and cross them over your chest. And remember, body language is a big part of American Sign Language, so when you sign relax, you're going to relax your body. Relax. Relax. Good job, guys. Now you can talk about how you're worried, but how you're going to focus your mind, use your energy to eventually relax. Before we go into our first book, why don't we sing the alphabet together? If you like, you can pad along at home, or you can follow along with me in signing the letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good job, friends. Our first book today is called Wemberly Worried by Kevin Henkes. It's a book about a little girl who has lots of worries in her life. She worries about small things, about big things, and about pretty much everything in between. Do you think she'll find a way to get over her worries? Wemberly Worried. Wemberly worried. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. I wanted to make sure you were still here. Little things. And things in between. Mama, what if I shrink? Wemberly worried in the morning. She worried at night. And she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall? What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators made. What if there's a snake inside? At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings, the bolts on the slide, and the bars on the jungle gym. Too rusty, too loose, too high. And always she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? Petal's lost forever. I found her, sweetie. I'll wait for you, Petal. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there was nothing to worry about. Isn't this the best present ever? I wish I had my birthday today. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. I loved school. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate snack? What if I have to cry? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. Have fun. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. This is Petal, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Come back tomorrow, called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. The end. We're going to do our exercises a little bit differently this week. I am going to walk you through some breathing and imagination and energy exercises, and these can all be tools to help you practice mindfulness on your own. Before we go through our first exercise, why don't we warm up our bodies a little bit? So I'm going to have you guys meet me on the floor, or if you're on a bed, you can lie down on your bed, anywhere where you can lie on your back. So why don't we all lie back down on our backs? And our first move, we are going to take our knees and pull them into our chests and hug them to your chest. Maybe roll side to side a little bit. Move your legs side to side. And let's take a breath here. Good job. Let's go into our next pose. We're going to take our toes and we're going to take them with our fingers, but we don't want to straighten our legs all the way. We want to keep them bent. And grab your toes here, and this is called the happy baby. So while we're here, let's take another breath in and out. Good job. Next, you can drop your toes and raise your legs as straight as you can. And this one you can also do up against a wall. And it's a little easier to rest your legs up against the wall. Whatever you choose, let's take a breath here as well. So in and out. Let's go into our last pose. And for this one, you're just going to lie down. This is called starfish or shavasana. This is a resting pose. Just take a breath in here and let it go. All right. So you can stay in the starfish pose while we go through our next activity if you like. Just close your eyes and listen to the story and imagine it the best you can. Our first exercise is an imagination exercise. This one is called Making Friends with a Tree. While I read it out, why don't you close your eyes, whether you're still in your starfish pose or sitting back up, and imagine all of the things that I'm telling you. And see if you can bring yourself there in your mind. Okay, ready? Let's close our eyes. Imagine that you are walking through a forest. Any tree you can imagine is here in this forest. Apple trees, maple trees, palm trees, sycamore trees, banana trees, orange trees. Even imaginary trees are here in this forest, like candy trees and trees that grant wishes. Imagine walking over to any tree that you like. Touch its bark and notice how it feels on your skin. Sniff its leaves. If it has fruit, take a bite and see what it tastes like. Now imagine you climb its branches, feeling very safe. When you reach the top, look out and see all of the trees in this forest. Now climb back down and take a rest in your tree's shade. Take some time to enjoy being with your new tree buddy. Trees breathe out what we breathe in. So take a deep breath full of oxygen. And then slowly let it out so the tree can breathe too. And this exercise is taken from the book Imaginations, Fun Relaxation Stories and Meditations for Kids by Carolyn, Clarke. During that exercise, I asked you to imagine that you were seeing a bunch of different trees, that you touched the bark of a tree, that you smelt the leaves of the tree, and that you tasted the fruit of a tree. Those are 4 of our 5 senses. Do you know which sense we're missing? Hearing. But you were hearing my voice while I told you the story. Our senses can be very important when it comes to mindfulness because sometimes we get so overwhelmed by all the stuff happening around us that it's hard to feel grounded and hard to feel focused. Tuning into our senses can really help us refocus our minds and to get rid of some of our worries or our anxieties. This next book is called My Five Senses by Aliki. It's a book about our five senses and some examples of the things that we can perceive using our five senses and how we can use them around us. My Five Senses. My five senses. Here's a little chart with some things that you can sense. You can see, I hear, I taste, I smell, I touch. I can see. I see with my eyes. I can hear. I hear with my ears. I can smell. I smell with my nose. I can taste. I taste with my tongue. I can touch. I touch with my fingers. I do all this with my senses. I have five senses. When I see the sun or a frog or my baby sister, I use my sense of sight. I am seeing. When I hear a drum or a fire engine or a bird, I use my sense of hearing. I am hearing. When I smell soap or a pine tree or cookies just out of the oven, I use my sense of smell. I am smelling. When I drink my milk and eat my food, I use my sense of taste. I am tasting. When I touch a kitten or a balloon or water, I use my sense of touch. I am touching. Sometimes I use all my senses at once. Sometimes I use only one. I often play a game with myself. I guess how many senses I am using at that time. When I look at the moon and the stars, I use one sense. I am seeing. When I laugh and play with my puppy, I use four senses. I see, hear, smell, and touch. When I bounce a ball, I use three senses. I see, hear, and touch. Sometimes I use more of one sense and less of another. But each sense is very important to me because it makes me aware. To be aware is to see all there is to see. Hear all there is to hear. Smell all there is to smell. Taste all there is to taste. Touch all there is to touch. Wherever I go, whatever I do, every minute of the day, my senses are working. They make me aware. The end. Remember the game that the boy in the book played, trying to figure out which of his five senses he was using at one time? That's a really good way to practice our mindfulness. By focusing in on your senses and what you're picking up with each of them, you can help to refocus your mind and work through any worries or anxieties or sad feelings that you might be having. For our next exercise, which I'm taking out of Breathe Like a Bear by Willey, we're going to focus on our hearing. This is called listen. So I'm going to have you sit up tall as you can. Take a deep breath in and let all the air out, but keep your body as still as you can. And listen. What do you hear? Close your eyes for a minute so you can really focus. What sounds are around you? If you listen even more, what do you hear? Do you hear yourself breathing? Maybe you hear someone moving in another room. Do you hear the sound of the refrigerator in the background? Take another deep breath in and let it all the way out. Go ahead and open your eyes and relax your body. What did we use to practice our listening skills, our hearing sense? We used our ears. What is something that you heard today? I heard music in my car on my way to work today. What's another one of the senses that we read about in our book? What is this? It's a hand. What sense do we practice using our hands, using our fingers? Touch. What did you feel today? What did you touch today? I touched the felt of this board, and I touched the soft fur of my cat. What did you touch? What did it feel like? Was it soft? Was it smooth? Was it bumpy? Scratchy? What about, what's this? It's our mouth and our tongue. What sense do we practice using our tongue? Taste. What did you taste today? Did you have breakfast or lunch? I tasted yogurt today. It tasted creamy. And I tasted blueberries in my yogurt. They tasted sweet and just a little bit sour. What did you taste? And what did it taste like? What are our other senses? Oh, what's this? Our nose. What sense do we use our nose for? Smell. What did you smell today? I smelled my tea as it was brewing. My tea smelled a little flowery today. What did you smell? And what did it smell like? I think we're missing one of the senses. Let's see, we have our hands to feel with, we have our mouths to taste with, our ears to hear with, and our nose to smell with. What are we missing? Our eyes to see with. What did you see today? I saw the trees outside of the window and my friends at work, and I see you here now. What do you see? Do you remember how many senses there are? Let's count them, just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 senses. 5. So relaxing and pausing and taking a moment to breathe is a really good way to practice mindfulness, but actually building up energy and releasing it in a healthy way is also a really good way to practice our mindfulness. Energy is really important. So our next book is called Bounce by Doreen, Cronin, and Scott Mention. And it definitely has a lot of energy in it. It's all about bouncing around. It's a really fun book. Bounce. Bounce. Come on, let's bounce like a bunny. Hip hop, hip hop. Let's bounce like a frog. Ker plop, ker plop. I'll bounce to the left if you'll bounce to the right. Bees bounce in the daytime, bats bounce in the night. You can bounce a ball right off your hands or bounce it off your toes. I can bounce a beach ball on the tip of my nose. Can you? If you bounce into a puddle, it's best to bounce in boots. If you must bounce in the market, it's best not to bounce in fruits. Ooh. Bouncing with your best friend is called a bouncing double. Bouncing on the couch is called big bouncing trouble. Ouch! It's hard to bounce in roller skates. It's fun to bounce on poles. If hippos bounced from place to place, imagine all the holes. If bouncing in the sun gets hot, bounce back into the shade. If bouncing makes you thirsty, bounce yourself to lemonade. A bounce can turn into a bump into a fall. But it's better to have bounced and bumped than never to have bounced at all. The end. All right, let's build up some energy of our own, just like in the book. So this next activity is also from Breathe Like a Bear, and it's called 1, 2, 3, clap. So I need you guys to hold your hands out as wide as you can, and we're gonna count to 3, and then we're gonna clap once together, okay? 1, 2, 3, clap. And now rub your hands together. Do you feel the energy building up in your hands? Feel it building up? And put your hands right on your belly. Feel that energy flow into your body. And we're going to take a breath in and out. All right, hold your hands out wide again. And we're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3, clap. And now rub your hands even faster than last time. Really build that energy up there in your hands. Oh man, can you feel it getting warm? And now put your hands on your heart and feel that energy flow into your heart. We're going to take a deep breath and release. Good job, guys. All right, let's use that energy to sing a song together. And this is one that I think all of you know. And if you don't, it's really easy to follow along. It's called If You're Happy and You Know It. So let's start by clapping our hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Good job. Let's stomp our feet. I'm going to stomp mine while I'm sitting, but you can stand up if you want to. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Good job. Let's shout hooray. Hooray. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray. Now can we do all three? Can we clap, stomp, and shout hooray? If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, do all three. Hooray! Good job, friends. So now that we have all this energy, we are going to use our last book to help us breathe and relax and come back down again. So this next book is called My Magic Breath, Finding Calm Through Mindful Breathing by Nick Ortner and Allison Taylor. My Magic Breath, Finding Calm Through Mindful Breathing. My magic breath. Do you have the magic breath? Let's see. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Wow. Wow. You do have the magic breath. The magic breath is special. It helps when you have too many thoughts running through your mind. At the end of the day, there is a lot to think about. Sometimes when you are worried or nervous or sad, deep breaths can help push some of those thoughts away. Think about when you feel happy. Taking a deep breath in and thinking about something that made you feel great will help you to enjoy your happy moments even more. It's magic. Let's try it out. What happened today that made you smile? Take a deep breath in and picture that moment in your mind. Get ready. Let's blow out all those happy thoughts onto the page. Now that looks like happiness. Keep blowing. Keep thinking happy. Whew! That's a lot of happiness. I bet you have a smile on your face. A big smile can make you feel better. But sometimes things happen that make you feel sad or mad. Did something happen today that made you feel that way? I bet it's stuck in your mind. Let's try your magic breath again. Think about what happened. Now keep it in your mind. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Now blow out your breath here. One more time, take an even bigger breath. Remember that happy thought? Use it to push that sad thought out. Can you blow that sad thought right off the page? Keep trying. Make sure to blow the sad thoughts out of sight. You did it! Goodbye, sad thoughts. Do you feel better now? You used your magic breath to help you. Taking deep breaths in and out when you are sad or mad or worried or happy can help make you feel better. Your magic breath can help you laugh and appreciate happy times. Magic breath can also help you feel calm when you are not so happy. Instead of having your mind full of thoughts at the end of the day, your mind is ready for sweet dreams. Let's do one big yawn together. Time to give your magic breath a rest. Sweet dreams until tomorrow. The end. I have one more exercise for us to do before we sing our goodbye song to just sort of help us tie everything together and get all of the worry that we might have felt today, maybe any sadness. We're going to get all of that out, and we're going to leave here really relaxed and feeling really good. This exercise is also from Breathe Like a Bear. There's a lot of really great exercises in there, and we do have this book at the library. We have all these books at the library if you're interested in checking any of them out. And this exercise is called Get Your Grumpies Out. So I'm going to ask you guys to make a really grumpy face. What do you look like when you're grumpy? Make a grumpy face. Maybe you felt a little sad or a little angry today too. If you do, why don't you make me a sad face or an angry face? And now take a really deep breath in and blow all those bad feelings away. Let's do that one more time just in case there's a little more in there. So take a deep breath in and blow all those bad feelings away. And now sit up really tall, maybe smile a little, and we're going to breathe in all those happy feelings and breathe out. Well, thank you for joining me today, friends. I had a really good time. I feel much better than when I started. I hope that you do too. I hope you learn some fun techniques that can help you practice mindfulness, can help you practice working through your worries and your anxieties and your sad feelings. I do have an at-home activity for us today, so please stick around after our goodbye song if you'd like something to do at home. If you have any questions about our Zoom story times, you can email me at the email listed below. Please visit us at our website, our Facebook page, and our Instagram. You can like us, follow us, subscribe to us there, and be the first to find out about all the fun things happening here. Those are all listed in the description. We will be back again on Saturday and again next Thursday with some more story time, so please join us then. And why don't we sing our goodbye song? We're going to wave and we're going to clap. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends and wave goodbye like this. Goodbye, friends. Okay, so we are making a magic breath wand today. This wand is going to help you practice your magic breathing. So what we need is a paper towel or toilet paper roll, some scissors, some tissue paper. If you don't have tissue paper, you can cut up a tissue. It just needs to be lightweight, so regular paper won't work. You're also going to want some paint or markers, colored pencils, something to decorate it with, and then a paintbrush if you're using paint or whatever else you need to decorate, as well as some glue and or some tape. Start by using your scissors to cut a piece off the top of your cardboard tube, and then just go ahead and put that aside for now. Now we're just going to cut some strips out of our tissue paper. Cut as many as you like, but remember you'll only be able to fit a certain amount on your piece of cardboard. And then go ahead and either glue or tape those strips to your piece of cardboard that you cut off of the tube. Now we have to attach our extra piece of cardboard to the bigger cardboard tube. I used tape. I taped it on the outside, but it definitely doesn't look that pretty. So if you want to try taping on the inside or gluing on the inside, give it a shot and see what happens. I was a little afraid that glue wouldn't hold it, but the tape definitely does. And now it's just time to decorate.